In this video, I'm going to be riding and exploring more of the Perkiomen Rail Trail. Stay tuned if you want to see what I find. Today I'm down here in Montgomery County in an area known as Perkiomenville, just outside of Green Lane, and I'm going to be continuing on a rail trail where one of my previous videos left off last year or last fall, and that is I'm going to be exploring and riding more of the Perkiomen Rail Trail. In my previous video, which you'll see a clip from here, I rode it from just above Green Lane down to a point where they were working on a bridge and repurposing it for the rail trail. Yes, there is a lot of loud noise here. There's truck traffic on this road here, but I'm going to be venturing up there, checking out the bridge that is now open, plus venturing down more of the rail trail and see what kind of remains I can find along the way of the railroad that used to be here at one time. I've already covered about the railroad in my previous videos, so let's get started here and see what I can find today. So as soon as I pulled into the trailhead here off of Crusher Road, I noticed this thing in front of me here, and there's another one back there in the distance. And right over here, there's some. In fact, I'll zoom in on this. Some kind of foundations here for something that maybe would have been related to the quarry that is just up the road there, because the rail trail is right about there. So this might have been some kind of area, loading area to get the finished product from the quarry onto the rail cars. And over in the back here is another concrete foundation. It looks like it could have been where they loaded or unloaded product from the quarry to be loaded onto the rail cars here. So I did check the property here through the app that I use, and this is owned by the quarry up the road, so I am not going to walk in there any further and explore, even though there are no signs here that say keep out or anything. I'm just gonna show you what I found from here. And if I find out anything different or otherwise, I'll be sure to put it at the bottom of the screen there or down in the description field. So we're gonna venture up the rail trail here, just a short distance, and cross over Crusher Road. And then we're gonna have to go up and meet along another road to get access across Route 29 to this bridge that was rehabbed and is closed to all vehicle traffic. It would have been nice if they could have put this rail trail completely on the railroad bed here, but with property owners and everything getting land rights and stuff, they couldn't do it. As you have the old expression, not in my backyard. So the rail trail that you can see, or I should say the rail bed itself, would have continued on straight across here, but it is completely filled in. So here is the newly finished bridge. They were just about done with this when I was here in the fall, either September, I forget when it was, September or October. But they were all but done with this. This used to be open to vehicle traffic at one time, but they closed it off and made it part of the rail trail now. So this is where I stopped and turned around in the previous video. And if you follow the trail further up where those cars are, it bears to the left and takes you up into Green Lane Park. So here is a shot of the bridge. It is just gorgeous, the work they did on it. And they do have a mile marker right there. So we are 17.5 miles from Oaks, where this trail started, which was covered in one of my other videos from last year as I was down there and explored the Perkiomen Trail from Oaks up to Collegeville. Hopefully this year, in this season of videos, we'll be able to explore the rest of it from this area all the way down to Main Street in Collegeville. Up there in the distance, you can see the dam that's up there, nice waterfalls. Unfortunately, I can't get close enough to it because the property that's there, it's all private property and it is posted. So the reason why that dam is there is probably because of this thing that is here in front of me, and this looks like this could have been an old grist mill at one time, because I'm seeing things over here in the side, mechanisms there that can control water coming into the mill here. So I'm pretty sure that's what that dam was for at one time. If I can find out the name of this mill, I'll put it in the put it at the bottom of the screen there. Looks like we got a bridge coming up here. We'll have to make a stop and check this out. This is where I believe it's called the Unami Creek, meets up with the Perkiomen Creek. So here's a look of the bridge, and you still got the ties along the side over here. This here, pretty sure was the walking part of the bridge, and then the tracks were just over in here, because you can see the steel beams going across there to the support in the middle of the creek. Let's see a better shot of it from this side. So it was only a single track through this area. Take a walk up here and take a look at the creek coming down from the quarry. It is a little cloudy. But there it's meeting up with the Perkiomen Creek, which flows down to Oaks and meets up with the Schuylkill River. And up there in the distance, you can probably hear it and see it. There's the active quarry. Also looks like just over there, there's another abandoned foundation. Looks like it was probably had something to do with the quarry at one time along the creek here. So one of the things that I'm using to keep track of my exercise and everything, in addition to the Runkeeper, which is an app that I have on my phone, I am also wearing this today, and this is my Guard Pro smartwatch that I purchased over the holidays, which keeps track of all your blood pressure, heart rate, and all that stuff. And as far as mileage, if you're hiking or biking, running, it has a bunch of different smart features there for sports that you can use. The blood pressure part of it, it's okay, but it's not an accurate reading for your blood pressure. It gives you a close reading, but not the actual reading and everything. So yes, I do use this when I'm out here. It is a neat little watch, and I did find this watch on Facebook around the holidays. It was an ad there, and I decided to get it, and so far I'm liking it. So I'm surprised how active this trail is for during the week, although it is Monday. Maybe some people have extra day off from work, but I know on the weekends, Saturday and Sunday, this trail can get very congested. The familiar sound of spring. Got some frogs croaking over there to my left. And I did hear the spring peeps last night for the first time at my place. I had people contacting me saying they've been hearing them, but I haven't heard them at my place until last night. So we're coming up on Kratz Station Road. And I believe, hence the name, there was most likely a railroad station here at one time. But it looks like this part of it is no longer here. Looks like there could have been something right down along there at one time. Looks like there's some bridge abutments there, maybe continued over across the Perkiomen Creek, but no longer a bridge there. And I don't recall seeing any signs or photos online or anything of a railroad station around here. But that would be my guess, the name of that road, that there might have been some form of little depot here at one time for passenger service. So this railroad just winds along the hillsides here and just follows the Perkiomen Creek. And it looks like there might have been maybe a spur going off here to the right, but it is gated off. But so far, not finding too many remains along here. Looks like there might have been part of a insulator tree pole there off to the right, but not too much other remains so far. Last time this area saw any freight trains was over 50 years ago. So this is the Hendricks Station Road crossing. And yes, there's another depot here, and just judging, I'd be willing to bet it was probably right across the street over there in that area. Be nice if I can find some old photos maybe to insert here to show you. I do belong to a Facebook group that's called the Perkiomen Railroad Historical Group, that they have pictures on there sometimes. So we are coming up on another crossing. Crossing over a bridge here. And I believe we're coming up on Salford Station Road crossing. Salford Street, Quarry Road. I believe the station probably would have been located just here on the left side. So this is Heron Road, or Harrion Road, and there's another trailhead here. And this is Salford Station Road crossing. So this part of the trail I was on probably 8 years ago when I was into geocaching. There is a very neat rock cutout just up the ways here a little bit. It was part of an earth cache that I checked out. But off to my left are buildings, and I believe it's still used yet. It's where they have the Philadelphia Folk Festival once a year. I think it's in the late summer or early fall, if it still goes by that name. Just some big open fields with a stage and a couple buildings. Coming up on another crossing here, but I believe this might be a private road. This is called Hame Road, going into a camp. It's called Camp Rainbow. Definitely a lot of people out enjoying this trail. Of course, we had snow on the ground up until about a week or so ago, and it just wasn't a good winter to be out walking. But coming up on another bridge here for the Perkiomen Creek, which I'm going to stop at, get some pictures of. And just up in the distance there, I can see the ski slopes for the old Spring Mount ski area. So yes, we deviated off the rail bed for a little bit here. We're going to be crossing over the Perkiomen Creek, and you'll be able to see more of the ski area. So yes, there is still snow on the ski slope over there. They do make their own snow here. It's not a very big one. It's only a couple slopes. But still some white stuff there yet. And they do get the water from the Perkiomen Creek here, because off to the right, you can see one of the areas where they pull the water from. So I got a sign back there telling me there is a 12% grade up ahead here. Yep, that was definitely 12%. So we're coming up on the Cedar Road crossing. Which is another private road, I believe. Did not know, though, that this trail went through a wooded area like this. It's 6 miles I put on so far from the Crusher Road trailhead. Looks like there's another trailhead up in there that comes down and meets up with the trail here. So we are coming up with the junction of Route 29. And I think we might be getting close to Schwenksville. So if we do get down here into Schwenksville, there's going to be some interesting things to show there, because there are remains of the railroad down here. I just got to locate them. So this part of the trail is winding around the back of the homes here in Schwenksville. And then we are going to be coming up on where Schwenksville Station used to be. So straight ahead there is where the railroad would have come through. And right over here is proof that there was a railroad here at one time. And right here it is. Tracks are still in the ground here, but cut off. And I'm pretty sure we're not going to be able to find a date on them, because it's just the tracks are too far buried in the ground there. But they continued on up through there, and this is where it came into the station. And you can tell it's been a long time since there were trains coming through here, because just look at the size of that stump that's growing in the middle of the gauge there. And then the railroad would have ran right through their flower bed there to where I'm standing. So here they have an old map that shows you Schwenksville and the area. So we are just about right here. So right down from where I'm standing would have been the ice house, which is now a park. So that's where that would have been. And over here is Huntsberger's Covered Bridge. That is Route 73 that crosses over the Perkiomen Creek. And then right here at the train station, this is this spur that I just showed you that came into the train station and came back on. And you'll get to see where the coal and lumber yard was at one time also. But the tracks would have been right here. So here they have an information board on the station, and you can pause the video there if you want to read up on it. I'll try to put a picture in here of it also for you. Here's another board they have on here. There's a couple of them here just telling you all the stuff that went on along the banks of the Perkiomen. All right, so we are going to go down here just a short ways to where Route 73 crosses over the Perkiomen Creek. And that is where we are going to turn around and head back. And on the right is Perkiomen Bicycles, where I believe you can get bikes repaired there. I don't know if you can rent them. I think you might be able to rent them there. If not, I'll correct myself at the bottom of the screen. But we are coming up on where Route 73 branches off of Route 29. And if you would follow Route 73 across the bridge there, it'll take you down into the village of Skipback. But I'll stop here real quick and show you this bridge, which was rehabbed over the years. But that's where Huntsberger's Covered Bridge would have been at one time. At least according to the map that's there in Schwenksville. So I want to say up here in this area, this open area up here where the lumber yard used to be, I want to say it was Schwenksville lumber at one time. Somehow that name sticks in my head. But I'm not quite sure. And we're also coming up on, I should say, the site of the former Schwenksville Fire Company, which is no more. They merged with, I believe it's Springmount Fire Company now, and whatever their name they're going by these days. But this building is now Schwenksville Borough Hall, and I think the only thing that remains here is the hand-drawn hose in the front here. Yep, there it is. All that remains of the fire company. This used to be their building where they housed their engines, but now the only thing that's here is that. So I believe there's an area down there where you can drop in a kayak or a canoe if you want to take a ride on the Perkiomen Creek there. I did see some people fishing along there, sections of it. You can still fish. It is still open for fishing, I believe, until they actually stock the creek. Then you can't fish at all until the first day of trout season, which begins next month. So we'll take a little spin down here through the park while we're here. See if we can get some nice views of the creek. Some not so photogenic Canadian geese there. Give you some more sounds there of the birds singing. It is just a gorgeous day out here. It is in the high 60s, very close to 70. I still have a hoodie on because it is a little cool riding, but I'm glad to get out today because I will be going back to work tonight, and they want rain tonight through tomorrow, and later on this week, Wednesday and Thursday, they're calling for more rain. So you know how it is, springtime, either snow one day and rain the next, or just all rain. The battery gets a workout going up the hill, and the brakes get a workout coming down the hill. Hear a giant woodpecker over here to my right. Stop here and give you some views of the ski slope. This is what I was referring to when I passed by here before and said where they pull the water from the creek. This is the connection down here. Pipes go through there. Got the electrical box there and goes up, and one of the jets is just right up there. We might be able to walk up there and check it out. So I don't see any signs saying keep out. But just down here, you can see one of the ski lifts that go up the side of the hill. And you can see it through the trees there. So there you can see a view of the two ski slopes. I think there's a third one off to the left there, but there's one of the jets. Some of the other jets sitting there, but yeah, no access beyond this point from November 1st to April 1st. So I don't believe it's open anymore for the season, but that is the Spring Mount ski slope. So according to the sign back there, looks like the Spring Mount trailhead there. You can park in the parking lot there of the ski slope when it's not open and access the trail. CabincraftOutdoors.com or outdoor.com. Ski and snowboard shop, paddleboards, kayaks, canoes, tubes, and trip rentals. So there you go. Check them out if you want to rent a canoe or kayak and maybe take a tour of the Perkiomen Creek with one. make a stop up here and see if I can get some good pictures of this bridge from this side. Here's a good shot of the side of the bridge there. 2 pillars mid-span there, taking it across the Perkiomen Creek. So I wanted to stop here on the way back and give you a better shot of this cut through this rock formation here. They did not give that much room for the cars on either side of the track when they made that cut. That was very tight to get a train through there. And as you can see, we're coming up on the crossing again, and there is a little bit of a grade there to get up there and over the road. So the train coming through here did have to pull that slight grade there that you're seeing. Oh, and looky what I came across. That's right, I forgot that one of these would have been here. I forgot all about this crossing here. I'll have to stop here and show you, and yeah, RJ, if you watch this video, you'll know what I'm talking about. So there is one of the markers for the transcontinental cable crossing, which was part of the AT&T Long Lines network at one time. See if they got the distance on here. So this was the location over there in Pottstown. So distance to boundaries of right-of-way strip, 2 feet. To my right, to my left is 145 or 14.5 feet. Distance to A cable to my left is 3 feet. Distance of cable B to my left is 4.5 feet. So right here is that underground abandoned cable. So there were 2 cable lines here on this particular section of it. And it ran across, and over there is the other marker for it. But they are long abandoned, and most likely the right-of-way continued on up through there. That would be my guess. I don't see anything else here that would indicate anything different. See if they got any information on this one over here. They have it on the back side here. And yep, 2 feet to the boundary on my right. On the left side, it's 14.5 feet. A cable 3 feet, B cable 4.5 feet. So I'm back up here at Hendricks Station Road crossing, and I'm pretty sure there was some kind of siding in here at one time. Like I said, hopefully I can find some pictures of where the train station would have been here. But right there, there is a pillar of some sort. And all along down here, you're going to see cement pillars. Like there was elevated rail here or something. So maybe there was some kind of coal dump here at one time or something, because there's a building back there. Don't know how long it's been there, but there is more pillars right there, and there is another abutment right there. And even here I discovered some wood sticking up at that abutment, and it's charred. So there was definitely a fire here with it too at one time. Just looking up there was something definitely here. So maybe this was part of the station too. Alright, so down there is a picture of the gate and everything, and right along here, this is my suspicion, this has the footprint of a rail bed until it gets to about here, but it's still got the black coal silt there in that pile, and looks like it could have went back into this field here somewhere. So there might have been some kind of spur here for something. I'm not quite sure what. But I'll show you down at the other end here. There is definitely the footprint of a spur. So there you can see what I'm talking about. Railroad continues on to the left here, but right where my bike is sitting, you look back through there, that is a footprint of a railroad bed. And it could have been a short siding or something, but looks like it went back into that field area somewhere, but I can't see anything more past all the brush that's there and everything. But definitely something was here at one time. So most likely when I get done with this ride, I will be stopping and grabbing a bite to eat on my way home. So here's some information for you too. If you're down on this trail and you're up in this end at the Crusher Road trailhead, or if you're exploring Green Lane Park, you want a good place to eat, in Green Lane on Route 29 is Charo's Italian Restaurant. A great place for pizza, hoagies, steak sandwiches, Italian dinners. 2 locations that I know of for sure. One is up in Green Lane, the other one is down in Skipback. Excellent food there, so if you're down in this area, check them out. That's cute. Little gopher along the trail there by that property owner's fence. So yeah, Kratz Station Road there is definitely foundations there. I'm not quite sure what they would have been. I don't think it was for a bridge abutment going across the creek now that I look at it more. But there was definitely something there, but I can't get close enough to it to investigate it more because it is posted. And right there is one of those noisy critters. Had to stop here just to get the sounds of the frogs croaking for you, but right there is one. In fact, there's another one right next to him, right up there as well. This whole area along here is just filled with them, as you can hear. Okay, so that is going to wrap it up for this video. What a great day for a ride. 14 miles from here down to Schwenksville to Skipback Pike, turned around and came back. 2 hours and 45 minutes. 719 calories were burnt today according to my smartwatch there. So hopefully you enjoyed the video. The future video will be picking it up again there at Skipback Pike and continuing all the way down, and maybe we will just make it all the way to Collegeville, to Main Street and back on one video. So we'll have to see how it goes. So until next time, it's have a ball and do it all. We'll see you soon.